Continuing the vision and legacy of their parents, Charisa and Myles Jr. have been speaking at various events around the world.
But in passing the baton, the exact place where a baton is passed, there is one person giving the baton, one person receiving the baton, right? November 9th, 2014, my father transitioned as a Kingdom Ambassador in Freeport, Grand Bahama. My first speaking event in the Bahamas was in Freeport, Grand Bahama. That's significant to me because it is impossible to receive the baton if you're in another location. You have to be in the exact same location that the baton is being passed.
We're now joined by the couple's son, Myles Munroe, or Myles Jr. It's so good to have you in studio. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you, good to be here.
Did he ever speak of South Africa and his fond regard for the country?
Yeah, all the time. This was almost like a second home for him. You know, he came to South Africa about twice a year, and on one of those trips he came for an entire month. So he was on the continent of Africa for a whole lot more time than he was in any other part of the world. And that's because he believed in, the African people, the culture, the economy. His vision was to transform followers into leaders and leaders into agents of change, and to go into the third world and do that. So that was a part of his mission and his vision, and we hope to continue that.
How many non-leaders do I have in the room? If you are not a leader. Let me see it. Hand. Wonderful. Wonderful. At least I know that you all know that every human being was born to lead, but you must become a leader. A lot of people die and never become what they were born to do. That's why my dad always said the graveyard is the richest place because it has so much dreams, so much vision, so much purposes that were never filled. I don't want that to be you.
My father isn't here anymore, but my father's ministry, his organizations are still standing. Why? Because the vision has been transferred. Everything that we need to know, everything that I need to carry the vision forward has already been given to me. How do I know? Because the visionary is no longer here.
Sharing the experience and wisdom gained from not only being the children of these influential visionaries, but from having been under the direct mentorship of Dr. Myles Munroe.
Let's look at leadership. Leadership is the capacity to influence others through inspiration, generated by a passion, motivated by a vision, brought by a conviction, produced by a purpose. This is a definition that my dad took about 30 years to coin, according to him. It is something that we as leaders need to understand. And by the way, there is a leader in each and every one of us in this building today. I just want to make that clear. I don't want you to be sitting there thinking, oh, he's not talking to me because I am not a leader. We are all leaders in our own area of gifting. There is something that you were placed on this earth for that the person sitting next to you can't accomplish. That makes you a leader. That gives you your unique fingerprint on this life. Because you were made for a reason, and now it is your duty to discover what that reason is and to bring that to life.
Once you get back to God first, that's where your purpose is discovered. That's where your underlying reason for being is discovered.
In God, your destiny is established. So you know where you're going. So I'm sure most of you have heard the 5 questions of the heart that Dr. Munroe talks about all the time. You know, who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose? Where am I going? What's my destiny? All of that you can't find in a father. You can't find that in a male. You can't find that in a friend. You can only find that in God.
And it's hard to stick in the why did that happen? It's hard to stick in the past. And I think my brother and I have made a conscious effort to not stick in the why did it happen and whose idea was it and how was it God's plan. And I think we just need to accept it and now move on. And you know, Dad said in the video, we are all born to lead. That means we have to now become. And I think my brother and I have to become. And we don't know what's next. We know what we need to do and where we need to go. And how we are going to get there is going to take a process that we are going to listen to God completely to get his guidance. But we are ready, willing, and able
Amen.
to do whatever is next.